All right, so you have a lot of interest in buying a home in today's market, but you're not sure if you have enough money to put down. I'm about to go over the differences between conventional loan and an FHA loan and which one could be most beneficial for you. So first and foremost, when it comes to FHA versus conventional is the down payment. When you are going conventional, you only have to bring 3.5% down to the table versus conventional can be anywhere between 5 to 20%. Now, the amount of money you have to bring to the table makes or breaks a lot of people's situations because a ton of people make really good money, but they don't have 20% down to put on a property. That means that you should be looking into the FHA loan program because 3.5% is significantly less expensive, less money out of your pocket in comparison to 20%. So another thing I want you to consider when thinking about FHA versus conventional is credit scores that are required. The minimum credit score requirement is typically lower for FHA versus conventional. Conventional requires you to have a decent credit score versus FHA, your credit score can be a little bit lower. The third thing I need you to be aware of FHA versus conventional is your DTI. Now, DTI is debt to income, and this debt to income ratio is extremely important when you are getting qualified to buy a house. It's one of the biggest things that banks look at. They will not lend you the money if your DTI is so high, because if anything happens, they know that you have other liabilities that could possibly take your eyes off the prize, which is paying the damn bank. Typically, when it comes to conventional, your DTI should not be any higher than around 50%. 45 to 50% is what a lot of banks like to see. Now, with FHA, you can push the limits upwards of 55, maybe 60%, depending on the lender that you're working with. So they give you a little bit more flexibility with the FHA loan. Another thing you absolutely have to consider when talking about an FHA loan is the PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. All this is an insurance policy that the federal government is basically providing the lender, saying, hey, if anything happens, if they default on their loan, we got you, big dog. All right, we'll cover the loan that is left in order to ensure that this homeowner will cover the loan in order to ensure that this person has the ability to acquire real estate. Another thing to consider when thinking about FHA and if it's the right thing for you, one of the great things about FHA is the increase in loan limits that we've been seeing over the past few years. Now, as of this recording in 2022, mid-November, the loan limit that FHA will go up to is $970,800. That is an incredible amount of money that you're able to borrow and only come to the table with 3.5%. So what did we cover in this video? So conventional loans, you have to have a lower DTI. FHA loans, they allow you to push your DTI a little bit higher, right? Conventional loans, you're gonna pay more money down, versus FHA, you're coming to the table with 3.5%. With conventional loans, you have to have a higher credit score. FHA allows your credit score to be a little bit lower than what they would require for a conventional loan. When we're talking about FHA loans, you have PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, and all this is an additive, is an added payment of a few $100s every single month in order for the federal government to insure your loan. So if anything happens, the lender is covered. One last thing that I want to talk about that I didn't address is if you want to do an FHA loan for a condo, you're really gonna have to lean on your real estate agent and your lender to make sure if your condo is FHA approved. There are a ton of condos that a lot of people fall in love with that have to go the FHA route, but the condo is not FHA approved. So if you have to go FHA and you're looking at a condo, please make sure that your real estate agent and your lender are doing their research to understand if the condo is FHA approved. All right, so if you would like to hop on a one-on-one free consultation, you and I can talk about whether you should be doing FHA or conventional, and we could probably go into the details about which one works best for you if you're thinking about buying in today's market. So until then, I'll see y'all on the next one.